Now let's learn how to save and call up our favorite sounds inside the Juno-Gi. So as we've already learned, this top section right here, this is all the categories and then subcategories within them. Now if we look right here, we see favorites, on, off, and bank. So if I press the favorite on button, I can go ahead and it says, hey, there's nothing registered right here. Now let's go ahead and press and hold, and you see 0 lights. So that is right now bank 0. If I press and hold bank right here and I press 1, now it's bank 1. So let's change again. Press bank 2. I just changed, and just to check, I can see I'm in bank 2. So what's going on here is we have 10 banks, so 1 through 9 plus 0, and then on each bank we can have up to 10 live sets saved to a bank. So let's go ahead and turn this off. These are back at what they're normally assigned to do, and that's just be category buttons. So to get the favorites on, turn the favorite on-off button, select that, and now that's on, and let's go ahead and just select bank, and we're going to write some of our examples in bank 0 right here. So we're in bank 0. Now let's get out of here first and let's choose some sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and turn favorite off, and now I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and choose maybe a lead sound. I like that sound. That's great. Now let's go ahead and press and hold the favorites on, and let's go ahead and save that sound to 0. So if you saw there, it said live registration, live set registered to bank 0, 0. So bank 0, button 0. Now let's get out of here again. Let's choose another sound, maybe an acoustic bass sound, or let's change it up, a saw bass. Great. Now let's once again press and hold the on-off favorite button. Let's save that one to number 1. So save to 0-1. Let's get out of here again. And let's choose a totally different type of sound. Live trumpets. Great sound. Press and hold favorites. And now number 2. Now let's take a look. Now if we go to favorites, it is on. So now 0, we're in bank 0. See, press bank, it says in 0. Now let's take a look at the sounds we have. Now if I press 0, there's that lead. Go to number 2, that's saw bass. And number 2 should be live trumpets. Very easy. Let's do it again. This time I want to change to a different bank. So bank, press that, it's flashing 0. I'm going to save my stuff to bank 9. This is something I tend to do with some of my things. I'll start at 9 or for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. Just go ahead and start naming your stuff. What I usually like to do is I'll get a pen and paper, go analog with a pen and paper, and I'll go ahead and start making a list of the sounds I want, the sounds that I like to use live or I just enjoy playing. So once I make that list, I go ahead and kind of organize it and say, hey, I'm going to put this one here, put this one here, put this one here, and it's going to make programming a lot easier. This is just letting you know. So if I was programming this for me, I might go ahead and say, I really like using an electric piano. So I might take this one, and since we're in bank 9 is where I have my favorites, press and hold this, and now I have this one here. Just a nice, or I might go ahead and cursor up and say, well, I already have some users that I like to do, some user sounds that I've made. So I cursor, and I use my dial wheel to change between preset and users and the special live sets. So cursor back down, and I know in my user area I have some sounds that I created. So like this one, I might choose to use that one. So press and hold, and I'm going to overwrite. So now I'm in bank 9, 0, and I might go ahead and say, well, I'm going to go ahead and use that other one that I made right here, that Ed Key Grand, and then might put that one in bank 9, 1. Maybe I'll get out of here and say, well, let me go back to that brass because I like to use brass. Maybe have some trumpets. So press and hold and put that in 9-2. And let me look inside that list because, I like to have a couple of different kinds of horns in here, and there's a lot of great ones in here. I might use that trumpet and saxophone. That could be a fun kind of lead. Maybe that one, or maybe that live brass. Okay, and let's go ahead and save that one to, get back out of here. And let me make sure, let's go ahead and save that one, maybe to right there. Let's take a look at what I have. Stage extra EP, their live trumpets. Oops, I forgot I should have put it here. No big deal. I actually did it twice. Not a big deal. That's why it's a good example of why you need to kind of write down the sounds you like, decide where you're going to use them. Let's go ahead and choose a string. So I already know that I have something here on 0, 1, 2, nothing on 3, and that's a copy on 4. So let's start and put something in 3. Turn this off. You always need some strings, so go into my strings, decide on some strings, maybe some slow strings. Press and hold my preview button. I like that, and I'm going to go ahead and save that on number 3 right here. And so now we can see on bank 9 of my favorites, I have my Stage EP Extra, have my Ed Key Grand Piano, have maybe some live trumpets, maybe some slow strings. So that's how you create your own favorites inside the Juno-Gi. Very easy. So once again, press the bank button, decide which bank you're going to put it in, and there's 10 available to you. Once you decide on the bank, choose your sounds right here, and you can save those sounds by holding the on-off favorite button and just saving that sound to there. So that can be really a cool thing to do. And once you have them set, all you have to do now is just kind of scroll through your banks. And that's it. Very nice and easy. And it'll save you a lot of time at the gig and a lot of headache, because I know sometimes it's very difficult changing sounds on keyboard. So this will really make it easy.